Hello there. I saw something the other day which I thought was quite nasty. Um, I won't say where it was, but I have to quote it in full for you to get an idea of what it was like. Um, they were talking about a woman with a disorder of sexual development, and one woman said about one of them, as far as I'm concerned, that's a bloke, and they all laughed. They thought that was funny to talk about a woman with a condition like that. I don't think that we would have done this so much a few years ago. We would just have said, well, those women aren't like trans, which is a completely separate issue as far as I'm concerned, that because they've been socialised as women their whole life. The thing is, when someone's born, what decides whether they're man or a woman isn't just XY or XX chromosomes, it's also their phenotype. Like, if someone has a vagina or something that more resembles female anatomy rather than male anatomy, and in fact could be completely the same, like genital-wise, then that is what part of what will make a doctor decide that they're a woman or a man. They have to do this because of the person's quality of life. For instance, if a bloke was brought up a man but had no penis, then that person would be fucked. They'd have dreadful bullying, real psychological issues, find it really hard to find someone to be in a relationship with. I don't know why that looks funny there, sorry. So they decide what people are going to be considered based partly on what their quality of life would be. Also, that a lot of people don't find out that they have a disorder of sexual development until puberty, and before that they never would have known because they had a vagina and so on. They develop breasts, they just don't have a period, and that's when they might come to doctors' attention in the West. But in other countries, they aren't diagnosed as early. They might not know until adulthood and so on. I don't think a person with a disorder of sexual development would consider themselves intersex or say they're intersex. As far as most of them are concerned, they're male or female. They just happen to have a condition where they might need to take a tablet or whatever, which is all it is. Just like if you had any other condition, you have to take a tablet. It doesn't make you, I don't know, a chimpanzee if you have to take a tablet for hirsutism. And it also is quite racist in some cases. Women that have darker skin and maybe more Afro-Caribbean features are more likely to be considered a bloke or masculine. Same as what happened with Michelle Obama, for instance, and the racism she endured. I'm not saying people like Lady Gaga don't occasionally face these conspiracy theories, but black women are more likely to be faced with something like that, especially women who are dark-skinned or have particularly Afro-Caribbean features. So I talked about this on a Facebook group and people were going, oh, it's XY, it's a guy effectively and stuff like that. And then I talked about it on a forum and people were really awful on there going like, don't you know that's a man and so on, haven't you Googled? Well, if they Googled, they'd find out it isn't a man, it's a woman with a disorder of sexual development or a difference of sexual development, depending on how they prefer to put it. So they were really cruel on that forum, and the administrator of the forum removed the thread, and I messaged them and goes, hello, why have you removed the thread? And they said the thread degenerated into people talking about an individual's genitals, and they didn't think that was in keeping with what the site was about or anything that they could host. In other words, they thought it was cruel and it was really bad PR for them, maybe. If radical feminists are like this, it's something that makes us look even worse than most people already thought we were before. It's really bad PR for us. Mocking a woman with a disorder. It's not about sport to me. It's about the cruelty of talking about a woman like this. I just find it really shocking, upsetting, and depressing, and I wish it would end.